In the last session, we have seen about how to create page block table by taking the data from standard controller based on list view option which is available on the standard controller. We are trying to fetch the data from S object and we are trying to display the records. In how many ways we can display the data? Page block table, data list, repeat. These are the 4 different ways in which I can display the data. Now the point is you want to get list of records from the given S object, or you want to get the child records of the given record. If I give some record ID, based on the record ID, get me the corresponding child records. There are 2 options what we have. Right. If you're feeling suffocated in the room, let me know, I can stop. Okay. Now, let us go to the developer console. In the last session, as you told, Apex page block table, value equal to list of records, var equal to some variable which will refer to one by one record. How do you display the data in the table? By using Apex column. Now, when I say Apex column, value equal to field name. When I say value equal to field name, the field value is printed. If I want to give any custom header name, so we have taken Apex column header value equal to the name what you want to display. If you want to print anything other than string message, like what we have taken in the last class, checkbox I want to print in the header, then we go with Apex fetched. In the Apex fetched, name equal to header, Apex fetched, name equal to footer. That's how we control it. Okay. Now let me revise one more example, then I move on to the next concept. Look at the format. I'm going with mute your mics when you join the session. All right. Record set var. Okay. I was taken Apex page standard controller account. Then I have taken Apex form, Apex page block title. Then I have Apex page block section. I was giving Apex input field, or else you can go with output field, value equal to account.name. What I was trying to do, I was trying to display the data of account here. Account name, account phone, industry. This is how we are taking the account data. Here we had Apex page block table, value equal to a dot content. What does it mean? Whichever the account we are taking, that particular account contact we are trying to take. Now, it can be a single contact, it can be a group of contacts. Am I right? An account may have one contact or it may have group of contacts. So, account is a parent, contact is a child. It may have one child or it may have group of child. That is the reason value equal to A dot contacts, var equal to A. Here we have apex column. Look at the point. Apex column. I was giving apex facet, name equal to header. I was giving apex value equal to A dot. I can give input checkbox. So, is it going to print the body or only header? It is going to print only header. If you want anything in the body, apex input. This is how we create. The next one, I was taking apex column. Header value. Now I'm going to take last name. Then within the column I was taking input field value equal to A dot. I was taking input field. I told if you want to straight away print the value, apex column value. I don't want to print the value. I want to take like an input text box and display it. Then I have apex column input field value equal to first. So I have given then I have given. So what I was doing in the column, previously I printed the value, now I was printing the value with the help of input field. Right. So what happened? Look at the context once again. If you are looking at this example, we have taken a standard controller account. 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 We have taken account. So here we are saying A dot contacts. It's not A dot contacts, it's account dot contacts. Account dot contacts. For that account, what are the contacts are there, we are fetching those. One by one contact we are referring with A. Then first column we have taken, I have taken a facet. Whatever I write in the facet, that is printed on the header or footer based on the value of name. If I say name equal to header, the value will be printed on the header part. Then we took apex column. Why did I write within the column? Previously I used to write the value like this, right? Apex I used to write like this. But now what I want, I just don't want to display the data. I want to display the data like an input field. I want to display the data like an input field. That's the reason I wrote in the body. When you are writing in the body, header will not come. That is the reason I have used header value. If you have used header value here, why you are not used header value here? Header value is used to print only string value. Header value is only for string. If you want to print anything other than string, then header value will not work. We need to go for facet. Are you clear about it? Right? Then let me display this data. Go to any one of the account. contacts. Let me take anyone which has more than one contact. So only one contact we had. Copy this. I'll create a new contact for this. Okay. So who is the account? University of Arizona is the account. Go to the account. Now what do you want? You want this is how I got it. So what did you receive? This is the account, Arizona Education account. These are the list of contacts. How are you getting the list of contacts? We are displaying like an input field. Last name, first name, phone. When you say input field, it will obey the properties of the field. I hope you are good with this. I hope you are good with this. Right? Am I clear? People have followed this. Previously we are giving straight away printing the value. But in this case, what I was trying to do, I don't want to print the value. I want to display the value with the input field. Okay. Now, if you remember the last example, I gave some global actions like save, update, delete, right? Now, if I apply save, will it save account and contacts, and will only save account? Did you get my point here? Now, previously when I told standard controller account, account name, account phone, account industry, I saved. Then it has saved account data. But now what I am doing, account with the corresponding contacts I am displaying. When I save, will it save account with the list of contacts, or will it save only account? There is a question here. Okay, let me go back and give. I was giving here standard action. Apex page block. Now, here also I will try to take input field. Try to get the context. This is how we got it. I was changing hot, and here I was giving phone number as save. When I saved, go back to this one. Now what is the rating we got here? Somewhere rating is hot. Go to the contacts. Is the contact phone number saved? Contact phone number is not saved. I gave 1, 2, 3, 4, right? But still you are getting the same number. So the standard controller global actions are going to work on only the object which you have taken as standard controller. The corresponding child records we can get and display, but the standard actions will not work. Now, tell me one scenario where you want to go for custom functionality. This is one of the example. I am going to display account with the list of contacts. I am going to display account with the list of contacts. When I am displaying account with the list of contacts, here only I want to modify the contacts. When I click on the save, account record should be modified. Corresponding contact records also should be modified. But in the standard functionality, what is happening here? Only account is getting modified, corresponding contacts are not getting modified. So my standard functionality is not meeting my business requirement. There I am going to use my custom logic. But here the concept is what we are trying to understand, how to fetch list of child records of a particular record of a particular parent display them in the page block table, in the output format, and with the input format. This is the concept what you have seen. I hope you are good. So apex column value equal to a dot last name, it will print. Apex column within the body I was trying to take input field, it will give you scope of displaying the data. It will give you scope of displaying the data in the form of input. I hope you are good with this example. People are good with this example. Clear for everyone? Purpose of apex pattern is clear. What is the purpose of apex facet? What is the purpose of apex facet? If you want to display anything in the header, we go with apex facet. We go with the apex facet. In the header or in the footer, we use the concept of apex facet. I hope you are good. Clear? Everyone is clear with this concept? Right, Amma? Am I clear with this concept? Followed or not? Sure. Right. Let us move on to the next topic. Yeah. Already we gave input. Then what is the use of inline editor? If it's an output, then there is a concept of inline editor. Already when I gave input text box, where is the question of inline editor? Right? Now, look at the requirement.
Sir, in this context, how to save the child?
Now,
contact object.
Standard functionality will not work. We have to define our own Apex class and do that.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Now, look at the next requirement. I had a requirement like this. Look at my requirement, everyone. Some we protect. Listen to the context. Whatever we have done, I want to extend that concept. Try to get my requirement. Here I have. This is how we got it. Now, here we have look at the context. Here I have context. Opportunities. When I click on a contacts, list of contacts should be displayed. When I say contacts, last name, first name, phone. When I say opportunities, the corresponding account opportunity should come. When I click on cases, the corresponding account cases should come. Whichever the account I have displayed, when I click on contacts, that account contact should be displayed. When I click on opportunities, that account opportunity should be displayed. When I click on case, that account case should be displayed. You get the requirement? I have an account. Who are the childs? This account contacts, this account opportunities, this account cases. It is going to be something like this. Now, I got the account data. I got the account data. Here what we have? Contacts. Okay, here we have contacts, opportunities, cases. But they are already open, right? They are open. I don't want them to be open like this. I want them to be like this. When I click on this data. When I click on this data. When I click on this data. Here I am giving contacts. List of contacts should come. List of contacts should come. When I click on opportunities, opportunity data should come. Cases data should come. Are you getting my point? Are you getting my point? So I want to create this structure. So what was that? Simply I was trying to create a tab panel. Simply what I was trying to do? I was trying to create a tab panel. I was trying to create a tab panel. When you click on tab, corresponding data will be displayed. So how do you create tab? This is I have taken account with a contact. But account has number of other objects also. Now account has a opportunities, account has a contacts, account has a cases, account has a activity history. A lot of information is there. Now all I want to display in a single page. So to do this, how will you create a tab? How will you create a tab? How will you create a tab panel? Let's understand the tab and tab panel. Come back to the same example. This concept is clear till now. Everybody is comfortable with the Apex page block table, right? Clear for everyone? Let us get into the concept of tab with the tab panel. Listen carefully. So we had Apex tab, Apex tab panel. When I say Apex tab panel, what we are going to get? What a tab panel. Now, get on to this. Apex tab panel. Apex tab. Label. Contacts. Label width. $100 pixel. It's okay. Label, okay. Then I was giving, just for understanding, I'm taking basic data. Last name. One more tab I created. Cases. Subject. So we had a tab with the tab panel. Have a preview. This is how we see. You got a tab with the tab panel. When I click on cases, look at this. Contacts, cases. Contacts, cases. Are you getting my point? When you say contact, last name, okay. Now we'll do one by one context here. So here we have first. I'll go with the width. I can give 50%. Now it is saying 50% of the page. I gave 50%, 70%, 70% of the page in which we are trying to display. I can give in terms of percentage, or I can give in terms of pixel. I can give in terms of percentage, I can give in terms of pixel. Now I am giving here 50. The value can be in terms of percentage, in terms of pixel. Now, this is not applied percentage here. We're going with the width here, 200. Go back to this. Right, boss? Now here we are taking it. But whereas here, the panel width can be percentage of the area where we are displaying, or we can also give the width. Okay. Then we are going with, look at the point. First one we are done. Header class. Class means what? CSS. I gave one. One means style. Color and background. We are taking header style. For the header, what is the style you want to take it? Some style we are taking it. Background color. So red I am giving. The style of the header. Header class. Style of the header. Not applied. Semicolon missing. Now background color we got. Again the tab style. Selected tab style. Now header we got. In the header again what we are getting here? Okay. This is selected. This is not selected. So what is the style of the selected tab? What is the style of not selected tab? Again we have some active tab class. Whichever the tab you have selected, that's active tab class. Then again, inactive tab class. If some tab is inactive, what is the style? The class, wherever you encounter a class, when you say class, it is a CSS. Active class, inactive. So out of the list of tab, some will be selected, some will not be selected. Once it is selected, how do I recognize? There should be some highlighter for it. Check out somewhere I have given. Come again. Background. Okay. Now, how do I understand whether it is selected or not? In a group of tabs, I need to know whether they are selected or not. So if not selected, we are getting a white. If it is selected, we are getting a gray. Right. I hope you got my point. So how many we are getting? Tab style, header. What is the header color? In the header color, we are getting a header color. In the header color, again, selected, not selected. Header color, selected, not selected. So I'll make it alternative. So look at this structure. Now we got the white frame. Now in this is selected, this is not selected. Right, boss? I hope you are good with this one. Right? People have got it. What is the background of the panel? What is the background of the panel? What is the background of the panel? Then selected tab height, selected tab width. So if I say height of the tunnel, you can increase the width based on your requirement. Whatever we have selected, we want to highlight it. Right? The selected. So basically, we want to convey, we have a tabs. If it is selected, I have one structure. If it is not selected, it is represented. So that I understand which tab is selected. I hope you are good with this. Right. So what we have mentioned here, header class, active tab, inactive tab class. I hope people are good with this example. Okay. Next one. I am going to the next concept. The same one. Listen to the point. So I had Apex, section header, switch. I have switch client. Right. Now here, I was using here just to show the difference I was taking a mark. Don't worry about this story what I am giving. It's only to tell you the concept of switch. Internally I am using a concept called iframe. Okay. Now I gave switch type client. Switch type review. The same one I was giving here. Go back. Source is not working for me. Switch type is not about that. It's about the location what we gave. Okay. Some other HTTPS I will take it. Some page we are trying to embed. Let me make it see. Your site is taking more time. Okay. Now the reason why I was taking is some page load time should be more to get the output properly. Now we are getting this one by default. When you click on case, the page loading. Is the page is loading on the top here? On the top, is it taking more time? It is not taking more time, right? The page is not getting loaded here. Contacts. Is it taking more time? It is not taking more time. The page was loading faster. The same thing, I will give one more example. Getting here. switch type. Instead of client, I'll give server. I was taking server. At the same time, I will also take one more call. It's an Ajax call. Right. Now, client, server, Ajax. These are the three options what we have. Go back. Now, I'm going to switch type client, switch type server. When I go to switch type server case, look at this, the page is getting reloaded. The page is getting reloaded, right? Look at the URL. Why it has taken so much time here? It has taken so much time to load the page. It has taken so much time to load the page. Contacts. Look at this. It is making a request to the URL, getting it. When it says server, it is making a request to the server, load the page again, back. So it is taking more time for you. When I say switch type server, making a request to the server, server is processing it, response is coming back to the page. So it takes more time in loading the page. When I say Ajax, it is making asynchronous post request to the site. It is making what? Asynchronous post request. Now we got HTTP request, get request, HTTP post request. It is not making a call to Salesforce server. It is making a call to the concerned site by using what? HTTP post. It is using what? HTTP post. So it also will be delayed slightly. So first one, client will not be delayed, then followed by Ajax, then followed by server. I hope you got my point. Client, load the page from the client side only. So it is a fast. Server, we are expecting the request to go to server, process some logic in the server, get back the logic. It takes more time. Ajax, from the client only, it is making a HTTP post request, getting the data displayed. So what is the order of the performance? Client will perform less, followed by Ajax, followed by server. Now it depends upon the context. Do you want to perform any logic like I have to go to server, get the data, write a SQL query, make some logic, get the data? Then obviously it has to be a server side. Am I right or not? Now when I click on the tab, based on the tab, it has to go to server, process some logic, get the data, display. Now it is not a fixed data. Now every time I click on it, it has to go to the server, fetch the data, display. Now we need to go for server side. Now if you want to make asynchronous call to the server, we have internally a concept called remote actions, Salesforce, Ajax toolkits. This type of concepts are there. From scripting, we are trying to connect to the Salesforce server and get the request. Or from scripting, we are trying to connect with the third-party system, get the data. There I'll go with the Ajax calls. Right? So what type of switches we have? Three type of switch type. What are they? Okay, Ajax, client and server. So what are the things we have seen? Header class, active tab class, inactive tab class. They are CSS. Then we have seen switch type. Then we'll go to the next one. I hope everyone has followed this point. Then if you observe here, I gave multiple section header, right? Right? So if you want, you can go. But what is a good practice? Page will have only one header. Page will have only one header. Then we had a next. What we can do? Disable. I want to show it, but I want to disable it. Then header spacing. Header spacing. Now what was this header spacing? Space between the headers. You want to give space between the headers. If you want to give the space between the headers, header to header, header to header space. Let me give you. Boss, there will be a number of properties. There is no need of going through all the properties in a single go. Okay. Properties are going to be many. Let us see sequentially as per the requirement. Now what is the next one we had? Header space. Right. What is the header element? Now what we have? So header element left side or right side. Now we are getting the header on which side? By default we get the header on left side. Left. You want this to be on the right hand side? Then we go for header element. What is the next one we had? Header spacing. Distance between two. Distance between two elements. So we can give is an essay that we have to mention the pixel. Go back. The spacing between the elements. The spacing between elements. What are the elements we have given? The spacing we have given here. I hope you are good with this. Okay. Now, what are the other properties we can learn now? Height we know. Inactive tab class, language is not required at this moment. Now, what is the meaning of rendered? Should I display or not? Right? Re-render. Now, when a result is Ajax call, you want to re-render any part of the page. Re-render. What is the meaning of re-render? We want to refresh any part of the page. Okay. Then we have value. This is important. This is important. What is the value? Value specifies which tab is selected now. Value specifies which tab is selected now. Value specifies right now which tab is open. Value specifies right now which tab is open. Value specifies right now which tab is open. So look at this concept here. Here we have header alignment. So value equal to right. In the tab, I am giving ID on. Now I was giving value equal to this. Whichever the ID I give it as value, that element is considered as whichever the value, whichever the value we give it here. This is considered as selected tab. Right. Now for this what I require? I need to go to Apex class. And specify what is the element we have selected. Now this data will be taken from where? This data is taken from Apex class. I have to go to Apex class. Dynamically, if you want to control the tab, like we have next. When you click on next, tab has to go to next. Next. See, basically, when you go to naukari.com, we get a page. First tab, education details. We say next. It takes you to your, like your basic details, basic information, address information, communication details, qualification, experience. Then what we do? Enter data, next. That it has to be controlled programmatically. When you click on next, go to next tab. Click on previous, go to previous tab. When you want to control dynamically, what is the variable we are going to use? Value. What is the variable we are going to use? Value. So look at the last page. By default, what is open? By default, cases is open. All the value, context is open where the bing.com is open. But here the satishmala.in open because I told value is so. The value we are going to use when you want to programmatically communicate. The value we are going to use when you want to communicate programmatically. I hope you are good. I hope people are good with this concept. Tab with the tab panel. So let us see some of the basic properties. I hope everyone has followed the concept. Tab with the tab panel. Right? Everyone do this basic example. Meanwhile, I'll create. Everyone clear this example? Basic details. When you click on basic details, it has to show name, phone, date of birth. When you click on education, qualification, year of pass out, percentage. When you click on experience, technology, experience. Now, the switch should be client format. The switch should be client format. Create this basic example. Everyone is good with this concept, followed everyone has followed this concept, Amma. Conceptually, are you clear about this? Everyone has followed this concept? Yeah. Last, can you open the door, Amma? Everyone make an attempt of writing it. So, create the structure. Meanwhile, I will try to define the properties for you. Everyone create the structure. Right? People have done that example. People have done that example, boss. This will specify programmatically. This will specify programmatically which value we are going to select. Right. If you are done with this, I'll continue the next example. People are good with that point. Everyone has done the first example. Right, boss? First example, everyone has done it. So let me continue our requirement now. You're done with this, right? Tab panel with the tabs. Now, let us get back to our main requirement. What is our main requirement? The first example, account with the contacts, with the cases, with the opportunities. Everyone go with this example, look at the point. So, standard controller, Apex. Then I'm going with Apex, page block. Apex, page block section. In the page block section, I was giving Apex output label or output field value equal to account dot account dot value equal to account dot output field value equal to this how I get. Here I am giving this tab panel, then switch type client, tab label contacts. In this I am giving Apex page block mode equal to, here I am giving Apex page block value equal to account dot. So in this tab, what is getting displayed? In this tab, we are displaying contacts. Column value equal to anyone has any query on this? In the tab, whatever we write in the tab, that will be displayed. When you click on the tab, Whatever we write in the tab, that will be displayed. So I have taken this. One more tab I am giving. So, account, opportunities, account dot opportunities, name, stage name, then we had cases. We had cases. So here we have subject, variety. Now look at the point. Tab panel. I have taken one tab. In the tab, what you display is your choice. In the first tab, what I am doing? Page block with a page block table. Now what this page block table is displaying? List of contacts. Second tab, what this page block table is displaying? Opportunities. Third tab, it is displaying cases. Anybody has any query on this? Everyone is good? Tab panel with a tab. In the tab, whatever we write, that will be displayed. What I want to display? List of contacts, list of cases, list of opportunities. Now go back to this. Go to any one of the account. Get this account. Preview. When I open, so we got this account. These are the list of contacts, list of opportunities, list of cases. I hope you're good, right? I hope you're good with this. Clear for everyone? Now we need to organize it, Amma. We need to organize it. We need to organize the block here. We need to organize the block. Which is selected, which is not selected, because default colors are coming. It will be difficult for me to identify what is selected or what is not selected. There is a reason we apply our custom CSS. Now when you open any account data with the page block, where we are displaying account information, then what I am doing? We are going with the list of contacts, list of opportunities, list of cases. Now what is the advantage of this? If I display all of them at a time, all will be loaded. Contacts will be loaded, opportunities will be loaded, cases will be loaded. If all of them are getting displayed at a time, page time will be more. It takes more time to load the page. Am I right? For an account, there are 10 contacts, 5 opportunities, 20 cases. If I am trying to load all the 30 records at a time, obviously what will happen? Load time will be more. Now when I load this, only account page with the contacts are loading. When I say opportunity, only opportunities are getting reloaded. So what happened? The load time will be lesser, performance will increase. That is the reason of going for a tab panel with the tab set. Instead of going for this, I can display the data like this. When I display the data like this, what happened? When I load the page, entire page should load. Entire page should load. If I am loading entire page, it takes more time. That is the reason what we are trying to do. We are trying to avoid loading of entire page. We want to load one by one element as per your requirement. I hope you got my story. Is that was clear for everyone? Anyone has any query on this? Concept is clear? Concept is clear? Right, Amma? Is that was clear for everyone? Switch. Client means on the client side only data will be shifted. When you say server, request will go to server. Server will perform, reload the output in the form of HTML. That means going to the server, coming back, will reload the page. Then it takes more time. Ajax. From the client side only, make a request. It is not making a call to server. From client, it is making a request to server with the HTTP post. Then page will not reload. Okay, only element in the page will be reloaded. So when you say Ajax call, request will go to the concerned server as a post method. When it goes like a post method, when you get the response, page will not reload. Only that element will reload. Are you getting? Server means going to the server side, performing the logic, reloading the page again. Entire page is reloaded. Ajax means I am on the page, I make a request to the server like a post method. When the response comes, only that element will be reloaded. But I am making a request to what? Server. But the page is not getting reloaded. When you say client, no more request to server side. In the client side only, they shuffle the data. Because they are shuffling the data on the client side only, response is fast. Because you are going to the server side, loading the page again, page load will take more time, so it is going to take higher time. Because it's Ajax, from client I am making a request to server as a post method and getting the data, changing the element, page is not reloading. So if page reloads, takes more time. Without page reload, what is the possibility? Client or Ajax. Ajax means making a request to server, getting the response, changing the value in the element. Okay, no? I hope you are good with this example. Everyone has followed this example. Is that was clear? Right, Amma? Am I clear? Yes.
Client, how initially get those two pages? Cache or local cache or something?
Everything that is displayed on the page will be stored to the cache of the page. Every page will have a cache. So that's called view state. Generally, in the programming, what we are going to call view state. In the page, whatever you are trying to display, that will be stored to the cache memory in the page. That is called view state of the page. Now, when a server need any data, when a page need any data, go to the cache, search in the cache. If it is not there, then it goes to the server side. Just like your main memory and main memory and permanent memory, RAM and your hard disk. So whatever you use displayed, that is fetched to the RAM. From the RAM, the data is displayed on your page. Now, when you are looking for any page, it goes to RAM and see whether the content is there or not. Content is not there, go to the hard disk, get the content, put it in the RAM, display it. The same story, here we are calling that RAM as view state. The RAM in our case is view state. I hope everyone is good with this context. Followed up? Everyone is good with this context? Any difficulty? Can you read this program your own? Not now. Can you read this program? From here, can you read this program? Yes or no? Right. Okay, let us move on to the next concept here. Tab with the TabPanel VOC. Then, now I want to go with my own way of displaying the data. Page block table is giving the data, very good. We are able to see the data, we are getting the link and everything. But what I want to do in the page block table, this is what I am looking for. It's a page block. I want the data to be like this. Or else I'll show one of the standard page accounts. Now, is it a concept of page block? Page block table? Yes or no? Right. Now here, checkbox we are able to create. Now what I want? Edit. When I click on edit, it is taking me to the edit page of the record. Second one, when I click on delete, that record is getting deleted. The record is getting deleted. Right. Some dependency was there. That's the reason some case was created on this record. It was not deleted here. Okay. Now, I hope you're good. So when I click on delete, record should be deleted. Delete. That record was deleted. Edit, record should be in the edit form. When I click on this link, it has to take me to delete page. This is my requirement. If you want to achieve this requirement, now look at the part. If I want to achieve this requirement, we need to achieve these links. How do you create these links? First point, how are you going to create these links? That links are created by using a command called Apex command link. Apex command button is creating a button. We have Apex command link which will create that link. So what is my requirement? I want to create some links here. When I click on the link, I have to navigate to the corresponding page. I have to navigate to the corresponding page. Okay. Now look at the context. How do you open a page in the edit mode? We have to say dollar. Dollar means global. Dollar means global, available for every page. Action dot s object name dot what type of action you want to perform. Now some of the actions required, record ID. Mention the record ID. Edit. Which record you want to edit? I have to mention the ID. So look at this. Dollar action dot account dot edit. Now how you make it? Dollar action dot account dot delete. Dollar action dot account dot are you getting my point here? Which record you want to view? This one. This is the action. How you define this action? We define this action as URL for dollar action dot account dot edit. This is how we are going to define. Have you got my point? If I want to open a record in the edit form, this is the way I am going to open. So now write for the contact delete, contact delete. Write the code for contact delete. How we mention contact delete? URL for dollar action dot contact dot delete. Did you get my point? Is that was clear? Right? Okay. So look at the context, everyone. Listen carefully, Emma. I hope everybody has followed the previous programs, right? Everybody is comfortable with the previous examples, right, Emma? Sure? Okay. Go back. Anybody is creating the program on the same account? Online people don't write any programs on the same account number. I made only 3 examples. Now go with this. We are taking account, form, page block, right, title. In this, I want to display a list of accounts. Record set var. Why I was taking record set var? List of accounts. Page block. Var equal to. Then I was giving apex column, apex facet, name equal to header, input, apex column. Now listen to the story. Now we had Apex command link value equal to edit, action equal to URL for a action dot account dot which record a dot id. The particular row will have a, right? How are you displaying a? Whichever the record on which I am clicking, there is a dot name, a dot 4, a dot id. Whichever the record I am clicking, that record id. NBSP. This is give one's character space. NBSP. Then I am giving Apex command link value equal to action equal to URL action. This is how we give. Now go back. So what happened here? Edit. We are getting here. Edit. To get the space between this edit and line, I give NBSP. If I don't give that NBSP, okay, it's not loaded. The space between these two elements, for the giving the space, I am giving this NBSP. NBSP was given to create the space between element. When I say NBSP, one character space. Okay, fine. Now let me give you this one more example here. Now they have sufficient space, so you are not able to find out the need of it. I'll give you enter value. When you click on the account, Apex, command link value equal to a dot name, action equal to slash. Now, how do you open any record generally? If you want to open any record, how do you open? Salesforce.com/record ID. If you generally open any record, how do you open the record? Look at this. If I open this record, what was this? Salesforce.com/record ID. Salesforce.com/record ID. Salesforce.com/record. That's what I give. Action. Salesforce.com/a.id account ID. Then I was giving Apex column value equal to look at this. Now, look at the space. Line after the line, are you getting the space here? Line and del both are coming together, right? So I was giving here now you got the space here. For the space purpose, I gave NBSP. Now what was this? Check boxes, action. When you click on edit, record is opened in the form of edit. When I click on this any particular record, open the record in the detailed format. Are you getting my point here? So how did you define here? Command link. This will create a link. Link, when you click on the link, corresponding action will be performed. When you say action, there can be a URL, or there can be a URL, or there can be a method from the Apex class. When I say action, there can be a URL or a method from the Apex class. I hope you are good with this example. People are good with this example. So that's all from my end for the day.
Satish,
Column. I gave Apex command link. I gave So name is printed like a link. Name is printed like a link. Name is printed no. Here I wrote column link I created. Whatever I give value, that will be printed. Is someone online? Someone has a query? Go ahead.
Satish,
Yeah.
in the same column, account name, value is given okay, but action you are given slash a.id, right?
Yes. Slash
So
salesforce.com slash
which is displaying details of the account.
yeah salesforce.com slash ID of the account. That's what I told now. If you open any,
generally for any action.
1 minute. If you want to open any record, what is the URL we can give? Salesforce.com slash ID, right? Right. If you give salesforce.com slash ID, it will open. So action can be a method from server, or action can be a URL. I can give a URL or action can be a method. That's the reason I have taken a URL here. Okay.
Okay, sir.